Hey, welcome back to Mill. My name's Bill. This is Pirate Solutions Forestry, and we are on to more of the timber framing order, timber framing timbers. And I got a new log up on the mill. Danny and I are hanging out here. For some reason, he doesn't want to get out of the truck, but we're going to mill up this big pitch pine. We're down out of the 16-foot stuff and down into 12-foot stuff for a while here. I got 12, 10, 12, 10, 12, 10, some eights, but we've got a lot of 12-foot stuff to mill. That works out great with most of the logs that I have lying around, especially some of the bigger ones. I'll show you some of the ones I brought down. And we're going to be trying to mill out the balance of his joists, which I need four more 5x7s. And we need two 12-foot 8x8s. They're really 8x7 3/8. And I think we can get it all out of this log. So, no, we can't. I take it back. We'd need a 16-inch can to do that. We're not going to get a 16-inch can out of this log unless I leave a ton of weight on it. I think it's somewhere around, I think it's almost 20 across, which at 70% works out to 14. It's not even, it's 19 by 18. So we can definitely cut the balance of his joists out of it. We can definitely cut one of the 8x8s out of it. And then we'll just have to look at our list and see what makes sense from there. So what we want to do is we want to get it into the biggest cant that we possibly can. And then we'll shave off like a 5-inch thick piece. We flip that on its side, cut it into 3x5s. We'd shave off an 8-inch thick piece. We'd cut an 8x8 out of that, or 8x7 3/8. And then we will reassess. We have some 8x7s that we need, which this probably won't work for. We have 7x7s, which this probably won't work for. We have 5x7s, which maybe this will work for. But we'll see what we got left over. So my goal is to, I'll show you the list. My goal is to get his base cut out so he can come get it and start putting it together. And that looks, so this is the cut list. And the base looks something like this. So I want to get the balance of his joist cut and his two end sill plates, which are 8x7 3/8. So I need to cut these two, and I've already got one of these sitting over there. So I need to cut 4 more of these joists. So that's my primary goal out of this log. And then we'll start cutting the top stuff. But I brought down a couple of decent sized pitch pines here. These are both over 14. This one was just over 12. I actually cut the end off that you can see sitting on the ground over there. I do have a nice big long like 20-foot white pine that's really big around up there that I think will do my two 18-footers. But we're moving along. So what we're going to do is we get you set up over here so you can watch the outflow side. I'm going to pause you guys 1 second. We'll start warming up the mill. I get it full of water, get my gloves on, and I'll come back, fire you up, and we'll go to work. All right, so we got it running here. My top cut's going to be somewhere around 17. I'll see how that looks down there. I do have a bunch of offcuts here that I got to deal with. Get rid of. Some of them can have some recutting done to them, but we'll go at least one more day before we deal with this mess over here. Let's get at it. I'm going to try to take this down as expeditiously as I can. Try to get as big a cant out of it as I can. Since I'm 17 on the top, down on that end, you know I can't get a 17-inch cant. So that's 17. It actually doesn't look like a bad pass. We're going to take it off right there. I'm still running the Stellite bim. And of course, I forgot to put my water cap back on as usual. I don't know why that's just a brain fart with me, but sticking like glue here. Um, I think for the sake of trying to save myself a little time, I think I'm going to come down 1 inch, take a really big 1x off this. It's going to be like a 1x almost 16 for 10 feet long. That way I don't have to deal with this side again. I'm too narrow down the far end to do anything with it. So that'll get me down to 16, 15. Yeah, I think I'm going to take a 1x off it right now. Let me think about this. Let me see how long this is. So at 8 feet, I'm 14 inches wide. Let's see what we need for 8-footers on my list. 4x5s. I need 2 of them. So if I cut 4 inches down, I get my 4x5s off my list. I think that's dumb to try to do right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back. I'm either going to flip it over or let's go ahead and flip it over. Let's go ahead and flip it over. We'll see how this goes. So I know I'm too narrow down there, and I know that side's going to need to be cut again. However, I don't need to figure that out right now. I can do it whatever makes sense once I get it into a can, which would make a lot more sense. I think. I don't know. So we're going to have to man up this pretty heavy log. I'm going to have to pause you guys. I got somebody that just showed up at the yard. Nice. So, yeah, Form Dog. Form Dog came out. His dad used to own a sawmill here locally, which is a super high-end sawmill now. Super high-end. Called Katomet Sawmill, if any of you want to look it up. They're like $27 a square foot for wood flooring. It's like Southern Yellow Pine wood flooring, like $27 a square foot. Fucking insanity. Well, this guy just came out. His dad used to own it. His dad's partner took it over. And he's trying to sell a bandsaw. He came out a few days ago when I was out here and talked to my wife. So let's get it this side here. I don't even think I'm going to need to dog it down. I'm just going to take the top off it. I'm going to try to get this thing down into a big can. I know that bottom is narrow. This is kind of one of those things where we're going to have to feel our way through it. Like when I can get a 5-inch can out of it at least, so 312. So I need 3 inches by 4 of them. So it needs to be 12 inches and 3/8. So it needs to be 12 and 3/8 to get the remainder of the floor joists. What are they? They 4x5? No, I take it back. The floor joists are 5x7. Huh. So I'm wrong. This is going to end up being mostly floor joists. 5x7. How did I miss that? I thought they were 3x5. Thought I was cutting 3x5s. No, 5x7. So what we're going to need a 5-inch thick cant by. It's not how we're going to do it. I think this is going to end up being all joists. We're going to want maybe a 7-inch cant or 2 7-inch cants. And then we got to cut them 5 inches thick, which is probably only going to be 3 per. And let's see if there's any other 5x7s on this list. So no, the rest of them are there's 5x5s for rafters. 4x5s, 4x5s. So yeah, like I was saying, it just doesn't make any sense right yet to try to plan for anything until I get this thing kind of into a square, and then we can take a look at it, map it out a little bit better. So we're gonna just take the top off this thing. Right now it's kind of horns up. The other way it was kind of bowed up. This cut's gonna be kind of around 14. What I need to do is I need to start going at this slower, taking my time more, enjoying the process, because I do enjoy cutting. Wow. Holy shit. Maybe 15. 14 is real low there. I'm probably going to try and take it at 15. Yeah. And then see if I can steal a 1x out of it. So let's take it at 15, see what happens. So that wasn't the best plan. That was kind of a wasted cut. I didn't end up with a 1x out of it because I'm solid in the middle. So we'll drop down to 14. We'll take one off there, then we'll flip it on its side. log's kind of like an hourglass right now. I don't know why Danny won't get out of the truck, but Danny has decided that he's in trouble or something. He will not get out of the truck. So I am up against the stops. Oh, this is going to suck. I'm going to flip it up on its side. See if I can get it shoved over just so I can get that stop out of there. Okay. Let's get this stop up a little bit. This stop's going to have to be up pretty high. And this one up a little bit. Flip it on its side. We'll get it squared up. I think I'll pause you guys. Keep this thing from going 9 million hours. I'm going to do it by hand, but sometimes it takes a while to square it up. So right now it's showing perfectly square. Figure out where our top cut's going to be, or about where our top cut's going to be, about 18. Oh, I got a big gasoline smell over here. I don't know where that's coming from. About 18. Yeah, in the ballpark. In the ballpark. Yeah, looks like 18. So we're going to take it off at 18 high. And we'll flip her all the way over, and then we're going to start planing. So I do have a lot of wane here and here, but I know both these sides need to come down some more, so I'm not even going to worry about it yet. I think we're just going to pull it back, get it flipped over, go from there, because this side overall is pretty consistent thickness all the way down, somewhere around 11 inches all the way down. Now, if you guys don't know this, this is the hard flip. When you have a big square like this flip is the hard one because you can't get, I might be able to grab it right there, but you can't get down around it. So you have to, your PV's up really high here. And if you can get around the other side and pull. It's not that easy. So we're going to try flip it. I'll leave you guys on while I do this. Try to grab it out here on the end, see if I can get it flipped from here. Okay, I got a good bite on it. This first flip's not the hardest. It's going to be the next one that's going to be the hard one. Actually, I got a lot of nice round stuff on this side, so this might not be too bad. Oh. All right, see what's holding me here. I'm going to get my stops down just a little bit. Wow, that's right. This log is right on the edge of what I'm capable of flipping. So if I get it down a little bit, this will help. This is heavy, guys. This is just, right now, with it being square, this is right about at the edge of what I'm capable of doing. This is like I got to dig deep into the manhood barrel to do this. So we'll try it again. I'll see if I can get a lower bite on it. Oh, that wasn't it. Okay, got a pretty good low bite on it. I don't think it's any lower though. Maybe try to grab it here, maybe. Oh, got a good low bite on it here. So what you want to do is get your arms wrapped around it and then lift with your legs and then transition to arms and then try to push it over the top. I got it now, no problem. Sometimes that's all it takes is a little bit of thought going into it. So I should be able to take the top off of this. Got a pretty fair amount of weight on both sides, but like I said, I think it's going to need to come down this way as well. So let's see where we are. It's going to be about 16, I think. About 16. Yeah, I'm just going to take it off at 16. So that gives me 3 5-bys side by side in theory, if I could get it into a 16-inch can. I don't think I'm going to be able to, but if I could, that'd give me 3 5-bys side by side, and then 3 high. So that would give me 9 5-by 9 5-inch cants, 2 7s. You get me 6. I only need 4. So let's go ahead and take the top off at like 16. I don't even need to dog this down. It's so big. Probably should have done this at 15. Sometimes it's not a bad idea to take a little weight out of it. There's definitely some tension in the middle here. I don't know if you saw that spring up, but definitely want to get that tension off this side. There's no two ways about it. I'm going to have to come down to 15, which is going to delete my ability to get 3 5s side by side because of the 1/8 inch that I need each. So we're going to come down to 15. We still get a pretty good wane issue on this log. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I can get a 3 by 7 I mean a 5x7 out of this right now if I go down 5. And if I come down 5, what's that going to do to me? Yeah, it's going to mess me. What else do I have here? I know you're not going to be able to see me for a second, but it makes a difference. So I think end up about 14. So the wane that I have on this side right here, if I take a 5-inch out of this right now, I pretty much get rid of it all. And then I can edge it to 7 inches and get one 7x5. It's a little bit of waste to do it. It's going to be a couple of little chunks on the side. This one side's nothing. This side's going to have a little chunk. Right now my pith is perfectly centered. So I think I'm going to come back and I'm going to take a 5-inch piece out of this, throw it off this side. That's going to get up an edge later. And we'll take it from there. So right now I'm at 15. Perfect. So I'm going to drop down to 10 and go 1/8, so 9 and 7/8. And then we're going to double check and make sure that's 5 inches thick. Just going to double check this and make sure it's 5 inches thick. Yep, perfect. So we're going to take this 5 off. We'll throw it off this side, load it up later, and cut it to a 5x7. I don't know exactly what to do right now. I think I'm just going to raise it up, come back. I'm going to shut this off. I can tell you that I hose myself a little bit here. So I have 10 right now. I'm like 10 high. If I had had another eighth, I'd be able to cut 3-bys too. 7s and 3-bys. So I could drop down to 7 and then leave myself 3-bys. Just going to do a big thump here. Okay. I can walk on it. That'll be fine. So we're looking for 5x7. So I got 10. I've got a totally clean side, a non-clean side. Do I have 7 here? Yeah, pretty close. Definitely. So what I want to do right now is I want to flip it over, cut it to 7. Make sure my stops are, so they're a little high here. Get myself to 5. Cut it to 7 and flip it on its edge and cut it out. There's 5. And then I can take the 3 off because it won't be super heavy. So we want to go all the way over with it. Or if I took a 7 off right now, it'd be heavy to deal with. If I take the 3 off the top, it's a little bit easier to deal with. And I do have some 3x5 collar ties at 10 feet. So I do have some 3-bys I can cut. I can use that for. And collar ties won't matter on the width. So they don't have to be 3. They can be 2 7/8. So let's just flip it all the way over. See if I can find a place to get a bite on it. Nope. Let's see if I can do this. Get it rolling backwards. Yep. Nice. All right. So what I want to do is I want to come up 7, cut that, then I'll flip it on its side and I'll cut my 5-bys out of it. And what's my height? So it's 14, so I'm going to get at least 2 out of it. Damn it. Kind of stinks. But there is a bunch of wane on this too. So I'm going to get my 2. They're both going to have wane. This one's going to have a lot of wane. No, these are all going to be 3-bys. Okay. We want to drop down and take it off at 7, and then I should have a pretty clean piece. And the problem on the 7s is that I got 14. We'll figure that out after we do this. So come up 7 off the deck, make sure it's at 7, and cut it off. Let me take that back for a second. So right now I'm 14 wide. So I could Yeah, I'm 14 1/8, which is perfect. I could flip this up and cut this in half. And then how many 3-bys can I get out of this? I can get 3. So that gives me 6, 7, and a bunch of weighing on some of them. See if I have any other 5x7s. Oh no, they're not 3x7s. I'm sorry. They're 5x7s. They're 5x7s, and 9 won't work. Right? 9 here. No, I'm 10. So I get 2. I get 4 out of this. But these are going to have a pile of weight on them if I do it that way. So if I cut this in half this way, then I'm 5 and 5. And then this way, I'm 7 and 7. Are there any other 5x7s on this thing or 5x5s? So there's a bunch of 5x5 rafters. That works. Let's do that instead. I have 18 5x5 rafters by 10 to cut. So that works out because then I can take the wane off them. So what I want to do is I want to come up 5, cut this in half, and then flip it on its side and cut 4 7s out of it. Basically cut it in half again. Then I have 4 5x7s, and then I can edge down the ones I don't need. So I'm going to get 1 out of that into 5x5s. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Huh. Man, this is a tough call. This is a tough call with all this weight on it. So I think I want to cut it in half twice. I need to be below 4 to cut the 5x7. So get just below 4. I don't want to take it all out of it because I'm still going to have to roll it. So I think right now, if I come up 5, cut this in half, I'm going to end up with 2 5-inch pieces. Then flip it on its side. I think that's right. So I think if I pull this one right off right now, I can edge this one off later. The pith is centered in this bottom piece. I'm going to flip this one up and cut it into 2 5x7s. Get those dealt with. Then I can edge these individually so I can deal with them the way I need to. Nice. Yeah, I think that makes sense. This is a perfect piece right here. Center pith. Just cut it right in half. That's 7. And that gives me 3 of the 4. I think, no, 3 of the 5. And then I need 2 more. And hopefully I can steal a 5 by 5 out of it too. So let's just log this one low. Jesus, this fucking pin's falling out. Yeah, let's just take it right out. I'll deal with it later. This should be 5 inches thick, right? Yep, it's perfect. Should be 14 1/8 high. Yep, perfect. So cut this right in half into 2 5 by 7s. And it's pretty much all heartwood. So we're going to come up 7. Pretty much cut right down the middle of it. I gotta check this out. Just something in the back of my brain telling me that I had 3 by 5s. No, 5 by 7. 3 by 5 collar ties. Looks right. All right. Coming over there to you guys. I'll just pause you guys 1 sec. All right, so I got, trying to do this the right way here. I got my 2 5 by 7s over there. I need 2 more. I'm gonna get 1 out of this one and 1 out of this one. What I need to do with this one, because I have so much wane right here, I'm gonna cut 3 inches out of the top. That's gonna be 2 3 by 5s here and here that are braces or collar ties. So we're going to take that out because I'm 1 brace short the way I am right now, which are 3 by 5. That's going to get me past the wane. Then I can flip it over and cut the wane off the other side and cut it to 7. So I need 10. Yeah, I've got 11 here. So it should work. Should work. So I want to take 3 inches out of what I have right now. So instead of measuring it, I'll just come down to the top, touch it, and drop 3 inches. I think I'm just over 14. So that's like 14. Oh, nope, no. Oh, yeah, I am. I'm right at 14. So I'm right at 14. I want to drop down to 10 and 7/8. So that should be 3 inches. Just double check that. Yeah, perfect. Take a 3-inch chunk out of this. There'll be braces and collar ties, 3x5. Okay, just want to get this out of the way, get this off the mill. Okay, now, if my stops were low enough, I could just drop 7. See how low my stops are. So I'm just barely clear right there. So let's just drop this one a little bit. So they need to be under 3. So put that down to 2. This one down to 2. This one down to 2. That I should just be able to drop 7, take the 7 out, and then whatever's left over, we'll see what it looks like. Might be another 3x5. I'm not sure how it works out. No, it's not going to be 3x5 because I'm at 9 7/8. To the mostly wane. All right, so make sure I get 7 here. Yep. So I'm at 9 7/8. I need to drop down to 2 3/4. Yeah, that's perfect. So I dropped 2 3/4. Should be 7. We'll measure it. Nope, that's 8. It'll come up an inch. Three and 3/4. That's perfect 7. Take that off right there. These are heavy things here. Go. This is a Wayne free 5x7. Oh, dropped it on my foot. Ugh. This is a chunk that who knows what it can be. It's pretty much 4x. Huh, weird. I didn't think I had that much there. Do we have any 4x's on here? 4x5 by 8. 4x5 by 8. That's a good 4x5 by 8. It's a door post. That works out. That's 4x5, 8 feet long. 8 feet right here. Oh, I know that I had a pencil in my ear. This is basically a jack stud for the door. So I want to get that marked off to know I have it. And then I get another one of these. I can probably do the same thing on the other piece and get the other one. And this is like 8.3. Let's just cut this right off. Let's zip this right off right now. Of course. Are you kidding me? All right, well, that ain't gonna work. I need to get this off the bench. Put it up on the sawhorses. Some reason my saw is flooded and it's not starting. Could be because it's a cheap saw that I've been trying to kill for 6 years. It starts right up when it's cold. Come on. Okay. So we'll get the other one up here. I'm going to pause you guys while I move them with the bobcat. Okay, we're wiping out some serious stuff here. So this one, I'm going to drop down 4 inches, take it off. That's going to be the other door post. Then drop 7, take that off. That's the last floor joist. And then what's left over should be around 3 inches for collar ties or knee braces. So that's what we're going to do. We'll come up, find the top, drop down 4 inches. Should be around 14. It's actually like 14 and an eighth-ish. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to drop down to 9 and just less than 7/8. Let's just drop to 9 and 7/8. This should be 4 by 5, right? 5, 4. Yep. Yeah, that's pretty much exactly right. 5 by 4. Take that right off. I get plenty for the 8 foot that I need. Wow. I don't know what just happened. They went crazy at a knot there. That's going to be a problem with the floor joist, I think. No, maybe not if it goes on the bottom. Damn it. This getting cut off before that, so that's fine. Wow. Holy shit, that went bananas right there in that. Oh, just right off the mill. And we have to drop down to should be 2 3/4, give us 7. It's kind of weird. It didn't seem like the other one worked out that way. So let's put it there, measure it. Oh, because we want the opposite, that's why. That's 7 perfect. And we should be under that knot. Let's make sure we have 7 here. We don't, so this has got to move. It's going to be under the knot. Make sure we have 7 here. Wow, just barely. Oh, it should be above that anyway. All right, so should be able to cut it right there. I don't think this one's fine. Oh yeah, it is. All right. So we go nice and slow here. So we got our other doorpost. We got our last floor joist with a dip in it. It's got a funny dip right there. Top joist 5x7. All right. And then this is pretty much just waste wood. 2 3/4 thick. So that gets us to all our floor joists. I needed 5 of them. So I have, there's 4 there and 1 over there. I've got the 1 doorpost there that's only needs to be 8 feet long, so you can see where my line is on the top right there where it gets cut off. Same thing with that other one, is exactly the same way. That can either be a collar tie or 2 knees. And we have our 2 16-foot sill plates, and we have to cut 2 8-foot sill plates. So what I'm going to try to do is find an 8-foot log, something that's 8'6", so I don't waste a big one. I've got up top, I've got a big pile of pine that shorts. So I'm going to go through that pile, try and find myself something 8'6" to cut the last couple sill plates out of. And I need something that I can get 8 by, it's almost got to be a 16-inch cant. So try to find one that I can cut them both out of, or I have to cut a 16-footer that maybe is smaller that I can get an 8-inch cant out of and cut them in half, one of the two. So it's pretty much it. I think the heat's finally kind of kicked here. After I get those last 2 sill plates cut, the 2 8-footers, I'll have him come get all this stuff. And we'll just keep moving on. He can start doing his joinery, put his base together while I'm cutting the top part of the frame. Doorposts, I got 2, so that covers this. So that's done. Collar ties, I've really only got 1. Sills, oh, I need 12-footers, not 8-footers. I'm wrong. I need something that's 12 feet that I can get those out of. So the 2 16s are done, all 5 joists are done. Both doorposts are done. So we're getting there. We've got some 7x8 12-footers, some 7x8 18-footers. We got some 7x7 10-footers to cut. We got a bunch of 5x5s to cut, 18 of them. We have a bunch of 4x5 wall girts to cut, 1 more collar, and that's it. So 18 10-footers for rafters and 5x5s. We're going to have to search through the logs, see what makes the most sense there. What makes the most sense is you need 15.5-inch cants. So if you can find a log that you can get a 15.5-inch cant out of, then you can get 9 out of it. And you do that twice. So we'll have to search through the log, see. So 15 is 20 is 14. So it's going to be around 22-inch log. And then you're going to get 1 2 3 5 sideways and 3 5s vertical. So that gets you 9. I need 18, so 9 and 9. I need to do that twice at 10 feet. And then we'll just let the bonus material keep working its way out as we go. I know it seems slow, but it's really not a lot of time. It's more thinking through once you get them into a cant and stuff like that. It's not like, this is taking forever. There's not a lot of cut time going into it. It's more thinking your way through it. So that's it for Danny, who won't come out of the truck. You see him in there? Let's go say hi to him. Hi, Danny. Hi, buddy. Why aren't you getting out of the truck? You don't want to get out of the truck? For Danny and myself, Pirate Solutions Forestry, we appreciate the watch. And for now, it's Pirate Solutions out.